goes and he posted a tutorial on YouTube. I absolutely love it. Make some noise for Daniel Baltazar.
What's up, everyone? I'm so glad that these few people came out here tonight. Otherwise, it probably just would have been us comics making jokes with each other, and I probably would have been flaming all the comics. Because we had a mic a couple days ago where I did just that. I told one guy that he looked so illegal he smuggles breast milk. And our mic wasn't working, and it's earlier in the night, and I said that one of our guys, a Mexican, was the only person who would come to fix it, so typical. Yeah, it was wild. It probably just would have been the same thing, but worse, if you guys hadn't come up here. So give yourself a round of applause for that. Yeah. Whew, man, I am so glad that it's starting to cool down, and I gotta break this out. I know that it wasn't exactly burning in hell record levels of hot over the summer, but I still felt like I was burning in hell. I guess that's just Bakersfield for you. But yeah, since it's October, for me especially, that means since it's almost Halloween, I get to make edgy drawings, and nobody can call me an edgelord because it fits with the mood. I don't draw as often as I used to, but over the past few years, whenever Halloween came around, I would tend to make drawings of monsters and stuff that would generally get you called an edgelord. I don't have any examples with me, but make no mistake, I'm not saying that this is like some excuse for me to be an edgelord. Though, after something that happened at the beginning of the month, which was my dog dying, could you really blame me for being edgy for at least like a week? It still bothers me, don't get me wrong, but it's not like I just come up here doing like some slam poetry like it's getting cold, just like my soul without my dog. And now I'm forced to wander alone in this world without him, like a stray dog. Or some other emo 2000s edgelord shit like that. But speaking of my dog dying, my dad, for some reason, decided that while I was trying to mourn the loss of my dog, that was the perfect time to get me hooked on alcohol. I'm not gonna shame you for doing drugs or drinking. Hey, you do you, just remember that no means no, regardless of what your genitals are. But this motherfucker has been on my ass about trying to drink ever since I turned 21. He's also tried getting me to go to Hooters with him, which that feels kind of predatory. That feels like the male version of waiting for a girl to turn 18 and then immediately ask if she has an OnlyFans. Yeah, that's what I thought when he tried getting me to go to Hooters as soon as I turned 18. He was just, all right, we're going to Hooters. Geez, you couldn't have at least waited a month? Yeah, my dad, the day after, he had gotten some beers. I don't remember what we were eating, but he was like, hey, it's a controlled environment, but you gotta pour one out for him. I told him that I was just gonna pour out that beer, and he was just like, no, you're not, that was expensive. Which, I mean, I get it, but keep in mind, this same guy has told me all throughout my childhood not to give in to peer pressure. But I guess once you're over 18, it's cool to peer pressure people now. So I'm gonna end off with this. So my dad recently has been trying to get me to get a fire job like him, not like a firefighter. Like if this burned down, I'd be your first responder. No, like a forest fire, like preventing the Palisades fire. He says that oh sure, you'd be gone for a long time, but you'd make a lot of money and you'd have time to work on jokes. I have a personal theory that he just wants me out of the house for a long period of time so he can get rid of my Lego and all my other toys because I wouldn't be there to stop him. So it has some plausibility. Anyways, that's been my time. Have a good night, everybody. And just remember to follow me on Instagram at Daniel B. Comedy.
Daniel B. Comedy, everybody. Make some noise. Hey, make some noise!